to another agent's group. Receive.
If I see any hostiles, I run.
If I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action. Because yeah, nothing changes and nothing changes, man. It's time to get back to work.
The strongest mental frames that has gotten me through my hardest times is thinking this will be the story that I will one day tell. And that means the harder it is, the bigger the dragon, the better the story.
True.
By consequence, the more epic the hero. Heroes never reach their potential. And always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating. Always one day you're going to bang. You look back. Side, fuck club, fuck party, fuck fun, socialize, run, help try to why are you standing on the basketball so much? Why are you out there practicing? Trying to get it. Why are you anytime I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something. These women ain't going nowhere. All nowhere. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, the amount of times when I was on my lonely path where
Streamers
I was too different from
getting
the friends that
rooted
I
for
had,
when they
but not
don't
successful enough to be
need
friends
it.
with the people that I wanted to
Donate
be friends
some
with.
of that money. For real, for real.
That's when you want
If
people to root for you. That's when you
fucking
want
every
people to
rich
support
person
you.
in the world donated
Once you've
$100,
already
we'd
won,
feed the hungry.
people are like,
Simple.
he's amazing, he's so
Ignorance
good.
is fucking
But like,
bliss.
that's the time
That's
when
why
you
they're
need it the
living it
least.
up, pissing
And
on
so,
themselves.
You always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you. And that visual, I think, is one that you can kind of take because it is... People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not.
I don't know why, but for some reason I always give the peace sign.
Rather than fighting that or bemoaning
always
it,
says this for me.
See it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place. Because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be.
Life isn't fair. At all. At all. So what are you going to do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one's going to miracle me to be somebody special. So, mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world should think that way. So you should always have I've never arrived mentality. And the can't hurt me mentality is no matter where you come from, the sewer or wherever you think you're from, when I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me. Nothing should be able to hurt you. If you believe that, it starts to become true.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
You know, there comes a day, man. Everyone's going to have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're fucking to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out. Or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, and your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your fucking ass. And you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out. But you've never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much fucking pain and commitment.
I'm a big fan of power follows the blame finger. So like wherever you point the blame finger is where the power follows. And so it's like if you point it at the government has the power. If you point it at your spouse and say like it's their fault that I'm not in shape, it's their fault, they never let me do anything, it's like, well, you're giving them all the power. And so it's like until you're like it's my fault, it also becomes my responsibility. What is?
What if it's not your fault?
It doesn't matter. And like I can't run marathons because I lost my leg at birth. And either you can just never try, or you put the metal thing on, and you do it anyways.
You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something fucking hits. You get fired, or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then the fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going. You're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age. It can happen at a later age. It's going to happen to somebody no matter what, it's going to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just that they believed it and they were willing to work their fucking ass off to get it.
Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up. So, just a mentality, really.
You're lazy. You know exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. Because even me, in my state of, I can't read or write, I knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it. Because no matter how much you improve, no matter how much you change who you are, it's not permanent. You'll just wake up and say, oh my God, man, you're David Goggins. You break records. You do this, you do that. People want to know, how are you able to just be so hard? I never turned the fucking thing off. Because once it turns off, I go right back to the David Goggins that is. And that's the guy that I'm constantly fighting every day. And it's a choice. And that choice makes you misunderstood. It makes you crazy.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning. And at nighttime, the moon gonna be there. And you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right. Gotta figure it out, made some mistakes, and life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point. I'm a life goes on type of guy.
Got it. Those I can't catch a break guys.
Yeah.
Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks.
Yeah.
I've had a shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did? I stayed up.
Yeah.
And I thought through it. And I figured out what the fuck I did wrong. And then I went back. It's like I fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it. And I've had a bunch of shitty breaks. Everybody has. But you got to realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is. It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. It's just little challenges. And the people that look at those challenges and go, why do I always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel.
Yeah.
Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
What are you gonna do? How bad do you want it? There's two options. To continue forward, pushing upward. And if you do, that dream is given birth, and forever you will live in the reality of it. If you stop, quit, throw in the towel, I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to ever find that dream again. For it is dead. And in its death, is replaced by regret. Right now, it's your choice.
I'm back, chat.
Your motivation. Your motivation. You need discipline.
The ultimate lesson here is this. Everybody's on their own path. And I don't want to judge someone for wanting to be free and easy. I just want you to understand that there's a cost to that. And the cost that you're going to have to that isn't going to come until later. Most people need to shut the fuck up and focus on that version of themselves they want to become and actually be willing to become it. And that's what's ultimately going to create the fulfillment that you're looking for. It's not going to be your cold plunge. It's not going to be your morning routine. It's going to be the work that you fucking do to become that version of yourself that is the exact version that you know you're supposed to become, and then being proud of it. That's what's going to create the fulfillment that you're searching for.
And I'm telling you that you don't need to determine. I'm telling you it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you it's worth it.
Yeah.
And you know what? You actually know it's worth it. That's why you're asking this question. You know it's worth it. You know it's worth it to have discipline, but you think there's an easier way. You think that it's something that people have. You think that when Jocko's alarm clock goes off, it's like, oh, just like my father taught me. I rise and I shine. You know, like, no. It's like the pillow feels soft and comfortable.
Yeah.
And the alarm clock is banging on my head, and I don't like it. But you know what? I know it's worth it to get up and get after it. I know it's worth it, and you know it's worth it.
Here's the thing, though.
We all know it's worth it.
I am cold. I am emotionless. I am zen, at peace, ready for war. You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best.
How bad do you want it? There's two options. To continue forward, pushing upward. And if you do, that dream is given birth, and forever you will live in the reality of it. If you stop, quit, throw in the towel, I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to ever find that dream again. For it is dead.
For me, anger was good. Anger was good because it was motivating. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys.
The thing is, man, it's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a time to celebrate, and a time to join friends, or a day to... I mean, the bars are always open. Always open. No matter how old you are, they're always open, you know? What's not always open is the opportunity to check the box in life, you know, to achieve your dreams. That's not always open, man.
It's time to get back to work.
Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the noise. Get back to the mental lab.
It's time to stay focused. It's time.
I built this. Me. Brick by brick. I don't lose. I win. That's my job. That's what I do.
My philosophy is, why be normal when you can be the
best ever? I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. That's how winning is done. You just gotta grind.
Don't quit. Don't quit.
There is no tomorrow.
Keep going. Keep going.
There is no tomorrow.
I'll never give up. Never.
Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
There's human beings that have different temperament and different minds and different mentality and a ruthless competitive drive that's almost terrifying to the ordinary person. That guy, if we were living 1,000 years ago, he would be on a horse with the biggest battle axe waiting in the battle.
Hoorah!
And everybody would be running. And those people have always existed. These dominators have always existed.
You've got to create a lot of different emotion to heighten your sense of awareness and focus. Like, for me, anger was good. Anger was good because it was motivating. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys.
There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average, and just fucking burns and sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day, and you get off your fucking end, and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out, but you never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much pain and commitment. You were scared you were going to fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something hits.
It's up to you. The ball's in your court. No more around. You want your life to be better? I can't help you. They can't help you. Joe Rogan can't help you. Ari can't help you. God can't help you. Only you can help you. Grab your bones, get a notebook, and write down what the you're gonna do this year. And this is it. You're not gonna have these problems. The drugs, cigarettes, that dumb. It all starts today. All right. No more excuses.
Motivation is crap. People right now, they be listening to this shit, they be motivated to go run. If it's cold somewhere where they're at, allow them to shut that door, go back inside. That's motivation. It comes and goes as how you feel. If you and your wife are good, if you and your kids are good at work, you're I like the motherfucker whose life is in life and says, I still gotta get after today, man.
Like, I want to wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, come on, man, we're going running. Like, I want to see what you do when you're tired. Let me see how you push yourself. Come on, man, get up. Get up again tomorrow.
Did that the other night with agents.
The next day, get up.
I don't remember what I was doing, but I was just like,
How long can you maintain a positive attitude?
let's see what you can do, agents.
You're teaching people. You can't do shit yourself. You need to show people that you can do it.
Sometimes life can really hijack your mind. When that happens to you, you're all f***ed up. Your goals, your ambitions, everything is out the window. In life, we all go through different things. Sometimes your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Guess what? Get the fuck over it. They no longer want you. Maybe you failed a test in school. You worked your ass off. Guess what? You failed the fucking test. Get over it. Move past it. Learn to not let life hijack your brain. At work, you've been working your ass off for that new promotion. You don't fucking get it. Someone else does. Maybe they kiss better than you do. Guess what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't allow all these things to make you a lesser person. You must own your mind. Don't let life own yours.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, full responsibility to change.
You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body line up. Because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you. If you keep on attacking something,
Nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing. Whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday. There was rugby. There was this. There was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this. Let's engage in this. And I can't do it. I just don't. So people are talking to me, and in my head, I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life. Sequences and numbers. Nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else.
Start walking. You got to start walking because the perspective's not going to change. You have to start moving forward. You have to start taking steps in order to improve your vision, improve your perspective, change your perspective, make some kind of progress. And worst case scenario, you figure out that you walked the wrong direction. Okay, now you can go walk in the other direction. And that's going to be fine. But standing there lost and not doing anything is just waiting to die, waiting to starve to death. Don't let that happen.
I don't quit. You know, I may not make it the first time, but I'll come back. I gotta get my head back in the game. I gotta figure this out. It doesn't mean you leave. It means you study it more. It means you study it more. And whenever I fail at something, people always say, man, how do you handle failure, man? I fail a lot, dude. I fail all the time. They go, how do you handle it? What I'm trying to do, and this isn't being arrogant, man. It's being real. Not many people are trying to do. I'm trying to do, man, that many people aren't trying to do. But I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as your first, second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. I look at them as attempts. I don't look at anything as failure. Because when you're going to try to do something, not trying is failure. That's not some after school special shit. But when you're able to go out there, there is no failure. It's attempts. So many of us come from these small places in our mind that we're not willing to think outside of only what we've seen. Our mind works in such a small compartment. And one thing I was able to do was to dream. And until you're able to really put yourself into that dream, but don't make dreams your master, that's where you truly become what you're destined to become.
You know that expression I always say, guys? You burn the midnight oil now, otherwise you stay away from the midnight hours wondering what if. We destroyed that here tonight. It's 2 a.m. right now. No one here. Mano to mano, me and you, and where we want to go tomorrow. 2 a.m. What I love about 2 a.m. is that we're not living by the clock, man. If you got a clock, or 9 to 5, time to go to work. That's bullshit. If you're around, you can't fall asleep, get the fuck up. It probably means you haven't done an honest day's work to earn that rest at night. 2 a.m., not a person's here. All those motherfuckers that come here, their hair done, the makeup, you know, these guys come in shirts to be seen, missing the point, man. Missing the point. You're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay your fucking dues, so later in life, you never wonder what if. We're putting the work in now, so we never wonder what if. Not run by the clock. Run by our desire, where we want to go tomorrow. I became obsessed. With being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. Now,
Same.
I tell them, once you become obsessed with something, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You got to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great.
Your attitude has a giant effect, not just on your life, but on other people's lives around you. That's the other thing about it. Those I can't catch a break guys,
yeah.
Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks.
Yeah.
I've had a ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did? I stayed up.
Yeah.
And I thought through it. And I figured out what the fuck I did wrong. And then I went back. It's like, I've fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it. And I've had a bunch of shitty breaks. Everybody has. But you got to realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is. It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. It's just little challenges. And the people that look at those challenges and go, why do I always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel.
Yeah. The only thing that you can do is win so big that all of them constantly compare themselves to you, and then you'll forget they exist. Success is the only revenge. He's like, it's not the best revenge. He's like, it's the only one. There's no other revenge. Because everything else is petty. Everything else does show that you were thinking about these people all day long, which means they win by default. He's like, all you can do is think about your goal and winning. He's like, and when you win, that's when you become so big that they shrink into irrelevance. You cast a shadow that no one even can see them behind you.
Life isn't fair. At all. At all. So what are you going to do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one's going to miracle me to be somebody special. So, mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world should think that way. So you should always have I've never arrived mentality. And the can't hurt me mentality is no matter where you come from, the sewer or wherever you think you're from. When I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me.
There is a period in everybody's journey where they are so different because they've started to do new things that they no longer fit in with their old set of friends. But they're not sufficiently developed that they've gained their new set of friends. And they're unsure. Should I go back? Should I lean back into getting a bag in with the boys on a weekend? Is that the highest, way that I can live my life passion forward? Because that's what everybody else does. And all of my friends are taking the piss. Oh, not drinking again. Too good for us, are we? Not going out again this week. Oh, okay. Well, I enjoy staying in home and reading. Fucking nerd. So you're going to feel the pain of being ostracized from the group of friends that you used to have. But you're stuck in this messy middle where you haven't yet worked out who you are on the other side of this. And that lonely chapter that's in the middle is something that I would say almost nobody that I've ever met who has gone from a place where they are to a place where they want to be hasn't gone through.
There's times where you can go without your friends, you can go without going out, you can go without other people around you. You have to separate yourself from the pack. You have to be willing to spend time with yourself. Greater the sacrifice, greater the reward. This is so true. And when you do these things, you'll start seeing that, okay, well, I used to do this. And when you go out and you don't do it anymore, it's very, very clear that you've made the right decision. Because your friends will still be doing that. And you'll find yourself that you don't fit in with the crowd anymore. You just don't fit in. Nah, I got something to do. You'll start getting away from people that are negative. You only want to be around positive. You'll start not wasting your time on things that are productive. And you will start taking your time and energy and putting it into things that you enjoy doing that are productive for yourself.
People need to have purpose to get up. They need purpose to perform. You need to get to a point in your life where there's nothing on the docket. There's no 5K. There's no I'm going to get into school to be this or that. And still perform to the highest level. Because what people don't get is one day that thing's going to come up. And if you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. It's this magical thing, purpose, that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us. Because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL or going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself.
If you had to create a human, what would you put them through to make them laugh? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life. What would you put them through to make them patient? You probably wouldn't give them things immediately. And so it's like we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. It's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? And so I think if people reframe the sacrifice that they're paying out of their wallet, but their wallet is their time, it's the seconds of life that they're trading for it, then I think more people will be willing to make the trade. Because at least when I look at myself, like when I'm 80-something years old and I'm looking back at my life, I want to have these traits. But in order to have these traits, I have to do these things. And I think for me, that's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
I always fix the things on the surface. So if I couldn't read and write, I learned to read and write. I would always fix these things on the surface level. And so whenever something hard would raise its ugly head, I didn't have any kind of tools to handle it. Like, man, I thought I fixed this already, man. But no, I didn't go deep into the dungeon of my soul to say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? And so that's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, or not knowing how to get through hard times. And that's why I was telling people, I'm not a theorist. I didn't study, I didn't study a book. I literally put myself in a fire repeatedly like a sword. You put a sword in a fire repeatedly and repeatedly. If you keep on doing that, you're going to get a nice sword. And you keep on beating it. You got to beat the shit out of it. And that's what I am. Yeah. I became that. I said, okay, we can't quit. We got to figure out why you are this.
It's called discipline. It's called being a man. It's not about feeling like doing it. If you only do things you feel like doing, you know what you end up doing? What? You end up sitting around with a belly, drinking soya fucking latte bullshit. That's what you end up doing if you only do what you feel like doing. You have to wake up and say, I don't feel like training, but I must train. I will only drink water. You need to do what you're supposed to do, not what you feel like fucking doing. That's the difference between a man and a fucking child. You do not become a man doing what you feel like doing. You become a man doing what you're supposed to fucking do. The men of the Titanic didn't feel like dying that day. It's your duty.
Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed in your time?
People want to know how I'm always motivated. It's the unseen work. You just said it's a true statement. I'm out running at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, in the gym, long sessions by myself. That's real. How many would just extract dopamine, good dopamine never want? Man, I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one had none of that. I did all the work alone. And while I'm still hard on myself, I know what I did. So when it's time to get mad, I'll just carry the bullshit up. That's real. I hate that people know me for that guy, because that guy is not every fucking day. Like, when they see me, they want that energy. That's not me every day. I can extract it immediately when I need to, because when you train alone, and I lived alone for so many years in this misery, you're able to get out by yourself.
If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Look, I'd love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I'd love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things today and stay happy. You got to get real darkish.
So I define learning by same condition, new behavior. And so you go to a video game and you battle through the level and you battle the boss. If you keep doing the same thing to the boss and you keep losing, then you have not learned because you're in the same condition, the same behavior. And so I often say that, like, creating this podcast, if the goal is to get better, and you're like, man, I really want to learn something from this podcast. If you listen to this podcast and then you're in the same exact conditions as you were before, and then you do not change your behavior, you learned nothing.
But I had this fire that I'm going to be something. And it has to be there, because on all those bad days, all those days you don't want to do shit, you have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. So to do that, you have to come into work. The work is, whatever your work can be, ready to go. What that means is you may have failed miserably yesterday, but you come to work like, you're like, man, you just lost everything. how the hell are you just get damn motivated? This is what the it takes. And you gotta get it from wherever you came. Whether you make up this illusion of your life or this false reality that gets you motivated, whatever gets you motivated, it's gonna be here at the tip of your brain at all times. Because in those dark moments, you gotta pull it out. So that's the big thing for me, man. I was always fired up at all times.
Signs critical. Hostile completed. The golden bullet. Portable molecular device detected. Heavily armored hostile detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostile assembling a golden bullet. Hostile control point identified. Hostile has full golden bullet. Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Supply room access unlocked. Hostile assembling golden bullet.
Thank you for the assist, Agent. Thanks, Agent. Couldn't have done it without you.
Hostile has full golden bullet.
Thanks. Those supplies really come in handy.
Let's go! won't taste exactly the same, but I bet it will
Yeah.
be awesome. Scratch that. Strawberries and honey
Sup,
with killer
champ?
bees. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing later. I want to let everyone know that Joshua is moving on to bigger and better things at the White House. He's had a rough time, and we haven't always gotten along, but I want to wish him well. If you see him around, maybe you can let him know how much you appreciate everything he's done for us. I think we could all use a little break. Here's some music.
They got places to go to. It's not about you.
No, she was going through that fucking pothole and shit. Bitch, fuck that.
Come to Dollar Tree to get the good snacks. I'll get some snack. Well, damn, they ain't got no damn snacks in this joint, okay? Sound something? Sound something? At me at the damn door. You know we late. Shit, okay. As a founding member of the Better Blacks Society, you never seen this junk.
Of a narcissistic parent learns early that love is conditional. They quickly understand they'll only be loved for what they do, not who they are. They sense their parent cannot meet their emotional needs, so they learn to perform, excelling in sports, academics, or becoming their parents' confidant and emotional support. The child abandons their true self, morphing into whatever version their highly critical and opinionated parent deems worthy. Without a genuine sense of self, they become addicted to external validation. This creates a lifetime pattern of people-pleasing and self-betrayal. The relationships turn transactional, always based on what they can provide for others. Deep within lies a profound sense of betrayal. They were loved, yes, but unconsciously used by the most significant person in their world. The anxiety, anger, and pain remain buried until they're finally ready to acknowledge these wounds. The child of a narcissistic parent learns early that love is conditional. They quickly understand they'll only be loved for what they do, not who they are. They sense their parent cannot meet their emotional needs, so they learn to perform, excelling in sports, academics, or becoming their parents' confidant and emotional support. The child abandons their true self, morphing into whatever version their highly critical and opinionated parent deems worthy. Without a genuine sense of self, they become addicted to external validation. This creates a lifetime pattern of people-pleasing and self-betrayal. The relationships transaction.
I don't give a fuck anymore. I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's fucked up.
It doesn't faze me what anyone says about me. It doesn't matter what anyone says about me.
Everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing they've done better than you is they've hidden their fucked up world better than you have.
No one knows me. No one has any kind of consideration for my feelings, my pain, anything I've ever been through in my life.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champions with the
is.
I want somebody to fucking explain this to me.
Why is it that nobody in today's day and age can be fucking honest with anyone about anything anymore? If you like me, tell me that you fucking like me. If you hate my guts and you want me out of your fucking life, then tell me. Because I am sick and fucking tired of wasting my goddamn time on people that never give time to me. I am done putting in the fucking effort when nobody else puts in effort for me. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that I was doing fine on my own. But I gave my heart to the people. I gave you fucking trigger. And they didn't even have the fucking guts to pull the trigger on my fucking face. And now I have to readapt to being back on my fucking own. Somebody fucking explain this shit to me because I am done.
Stop using CAC.
Who's your go-to person? Who's the person you can go to with absolutely anything without any fear of being judged? You know, you call their phone and they are there. They drop everything and they run to you because they know that you need them and your friendship or your love means so much to them. Who's the person you call when the shit hits the fan? When everything falls apart? Who's the person that's never judged you for anything you've ever done or anything that you've ever told them? Who's the person you call when you've done something terrible and you can't tell anyone else, but you can tell them? Who's the person you call that, no matter how bad the situation is, they help you get rid of the evidence? Who's your ride or die?
Lucky
That
ass
one
dog.
person who's come to your head right now. That one person you couldn't live your life without. Your life would be so different if they wasn't around, and you probably wouldn't have got to where you are right now without them. Send this video to them and thank them because I would be lost without mine. Who's your go-to person? Who's the person you can go to with absolutely anything without any fear of being judged? You know, you call their phone and they are there. They drop everything and they run to you because they know that you need them and your friendship or your love means so much to them. Who's the person you call when the shit hits the fan? When everything falls apart? Who's the person?
I'm being honest, truly honest with myself. I'm tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can cure. No. This is deep. This is the kind of tired that weighs on your soul. I'm fucking tired. Tired of going through the same struggles. Tired of trying and nothing working out. I've given it everything I've got, but here I am, drained. And it's not about wanting to die. It's not that. But if the gods were sitting right across from me, I'd look them in the eye and say, I'm done. I've had enough. I can't carry this burden anymore. But then I remind myself, I felt this way before, and I'm still here. I've been broken. I've been tired. I've been shattered. And somehow, I keep going. So maybe, just maybe, there's still some fight left in me. Maybe that's why I'm still standing. I'm being honest. Truly honest with myself. I'm tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can cure. No. This is deep. This is the kind of tired that weighs on your soul. I'm fucking tired. Tired of going through the same struggles. Tired of trying and nothing working out. I've given it everything I've got. But here I am, drained. And it's not about wanting to die. It's not that. But if the gods were sitting right across from me, I'd look them in the eye and say, I'm done. I've had enough.
I can't carry this burden anymore. But then I remind myself, I felt this way before, and I'm still here. I've been broken, I've been tired, I've been shattered, and somehow I keep going. So maybe, just maybe, there's still some fight left in me. Maybe that's why I'm still standing. I'm being honest, truly honest with myself.
This has got to be the best bang. How many men have a guy they can call at 3 a.m.? I talk about the difference between a 6 p.m. friend and a 3 a.m. friend. So there are guys that you can call or text until about 6 p.m. And if you need to, help moving something or you need some advice, like they're available until about 6. And after that, I'm just too busy. Then there's the guys that at 3 a.m. you're calling them. Not only do you know that they're going to answer, but you're going to hear in the background them getting on their pants, clicking their, pistol in the appendix position and grabbing a shovel because how many men have a guy they can call at 3 a.m.? I talked about the difference between a 6 p.m. friend and a 3 a.m. friend. So there are guys that you can call or text until about 6 p.m. And if you need to, help moving something or... How many men have a guy they can call at 3 a.m.? Assume that we're burying... How many men have a guy they can call at 3 a.m.? I talked about the different body, right? That's just what they assume, and they're down.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. Each step underground methods. Top-notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Straight terror, product of your errors. Pushing wait a minute, wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. Each step underground methods. Top-notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Straight terror, product of your errors. Pushing culture, baby, got that body in that measure. Trendsetter, the one who get the weather. Swerving while I'm bumping project.
Was the last year of my downfall. 2025 will be the first year of my comeback. 2024 was the last year of my downfall. 2025 will be the first year of my comeback.
Hostile has flung a golden bullet.
2024 was the last year of my downfall. 2025 will be the first year of my comeback. Was the last year of my downfall. 2025 will be the first year of my comeback. 2024.
How can you beat someone who cannot fucking quit? How can you beat someone who every time they go through a hard time, they get better and they get stronger instead of getting weaker and getting demoralized? How can you beat someone who looks back on all the tests that they've had and said, yeah, that wasn't shit, dude. Bring it the fuck on. Okay? As opposed to the person who's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And then fucking 2 months, another thing happens. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. It's going to be the person who has a stoic mentality, who looks at it and says this. Okay? All right, we'll get through it. And then the next thing happens. Well, won't do that again, but we'll get through it. Right? Not freaking the fuck out like the world's ending every 2 weeks, dude. You can't live like that.
Super bad face to watch. Super bad face to watch.
people who experience genuine connection with someone, it doesn't work the first time about. Because one or both terrified. You know, they've never felt anything like this before. It starts to question everything is too good to be true. What's going on here? It makes them feel too vulnerable. They feel like they're losing themselves. And I was thinking, not actually losing yourself. Your authentic self is trying to come out. And you don't like that because you've been fighting behind this wall this whole time. And you're like, how does this person have the power to pull this out of me to begin with? I'm so used to guarding myself so well. And that is just very, very scary. So now it derails tons of potential, beautiful, amazing relationships. And then people go attach themselves to individuals that can pick up emotional sick. A lot of people who experience genuine connection with someone, it doesn't work the first time around. Because one or both, they've never felt anything like this before. They start to question everything is too good to be true. What's going on here? It makes them feel too vulnerable. They will feel like they're losing themselves. And I was saying, you're not actually losing yourself. Authentic self is trying to come out. And you just the power to pull this out of me to be good. I'm so used to guarding myself so well. Imagine losing through her away. You threw away the girl that was she's kind.
We urge all civilians to stay vigilant. Hostiles have been spotted outside the safe area.
And everything for you. She's kind. Test her. She's got a heart big enough to hold the world, but she knows when to not. She'll give you grace, but she won't let you walk all over. She's the type to forgive, but don't mistake that for forgetting. She'll show up for the people she loves, even when she's running on empty. She's the first to cheer you on, but she's not afraid to stand alone. She's been through things she doesn't talk about, and it's made her stronger than she'll ever let on. She loves deeply, but she won't settle for less than she deserves. She's soft with the ones who matter, and sharp with the ones who don't. She'll take her time, but she's always moving forward. She doesn't need to announce her power. You'll feel it. But she decides she's done. It's final. She's kind, but she's not the one to mess with. If this hits home, comment. She is me. You throw her away. You threw away the girl that would do anything and everything for you. You threw away the girl that gave her all and trusted you with it. You threw away the girl that put her whole self into being there for you. You threw away the girl that saw the entire world in you. You threw away the girl that went through hell just to be with you. You threw away the girl that was willing to wait as long as it took until she could call you hers. You threw away that girl that still wanted you even when you treated her as if she was nothing. You threw away the girl that spent months hoping you two could make it together. You threw away the girl that stayed up at night, wondering if you were okay. You threw away the girl that continued to do so much for you even though she was nothing in return. You threw away the girl that didn't listen to the bad things that others said about you. You threw away the girl that would do anything in the world for you. You threw her away. Guess what? You lost her. You threw her away. She decides she...
To the narcissist, you taught me to question myself. Every thought, every feeling,
Take your eyes.
every breath. You wore a mask so well, I thought it was real. But I see now. I see how you stole my light, piece by piece, until I could barely recognize the person staring back at me. You made me feel small, but it was never enough. While you propped yourself up by feeding off my insecurities, I'm the version of myself I wanted to see, shaped by your desires. But you never looked beyond your own needs to truly see who I was. I gave you everything I had, and you took it all without a second thought, leaving me feeling hollow. I often questioned why I couldn't mend what was broken in you, why my love fell short. But now I see the truth. Nothing I offered would have ever satisfied you. You weren't searching for love. You were only after power, control, and validation. And while you may never change, I will. I will rise from the wreckage you left behind. I will rebuild, stronger, wiser, unafraid to shine my light again. Because that light, the one you tried so hard to dim, belongs to me. To the narcissist, you taught me to question myself. Every thought, every feeling, every breath. You wore a mask so well, I thought it was wrong. But I see now. I saw how you stole my light, piece by piece, until I could barely recognize the person staring back at me. You made me feel small, like I was never enough. While you propped yourself up by freedom and insecurities, I became the version of myself I wanted to see, shaped by your desires. But you never looked beyond your own needs to truly see me as. I gave you everything I had, and you took it all without a second thought, leaving me feeling hollow. I often questioned why I couldn't mend what was broken in you, why my love fell short. Now I see the truth. Nothing I offered would have ever satisfied you. You weren't searching for love. You were only after power, control, and validation. And while you may never change, I will. I will rise from the wreckage you left behind. I will rebuild, stronger, wiser, unafraid to shine my light again. Because that light, the one you tried so hard to dim, belongs to me. To the narcissist, you taught me to question myself. Every thought, every feeling, every breath. You wore a mask so well, I thought it was wrong. But I see now. I saw how you stole my light, piece by piece, until I could barely recognize the person staring back at me. You made me feel small, like I was never enough. While you
Silence is a woman's loudest cry. You can always tell she's hurt when she starts ignoring you. It's not the yelling or the tears that speak the loudest. It's the quiet moments when she pulls back, when her messages get shorter, and when she stops saying goodnight. It's the empty spaces and conversations that used to be filled with laughter, and the absence of the little things she used to do. Silence doesn't mean she doesn't care. It means she's tired of repeating herself, tired of being unheard. She's not asking for much, just to be seen, understood, and loved the way she gives it. But when her efforts neglected, when her efforts go unnoticed, she shuts down. The loudest sign of her pain isn't in her words, it's in the way she retreats to protect herself. When she stops reaching out, it's not because she's giving up on you, it's because she's trying to save whatever is left of her own heart. She's wrestling with the hurt alone, hoping you'll notice before it's too late. Don't let her silence push you away. Love her loudly, especially when she's too hurt to speak. Silence is a woman's loudest cry. You can
a woman that values herself is the most attractive thing for a man, but also the most dangerous thing. Because I can't mess with this kind of woman that values. When a woman loves her worth, she's about making sure on pain on every other date because there's no time for games. So if you're a man, you're gonna make her better, and she's gonna make you better. Or if you're a boy, she's gonna leave you, and you gotta find a way to become a man. Because these women don't have time to dance. When a woman values herself, if she sees a man, she's gonna take the time to make sure she values him. But if she sees a boy, and she has to understand that she has to baby this boy, she will respect for a true woman. There's no time for games. She's not looking for you to go and date multiple and sleep if she values him. But when she sees a boy, and she has to understand that she has to baby this boy,
she will respectfully leave and let you know that you're not ready for a true woman. There's no time for games. She's not looking for you to go and be multiple and sleep with multiple women. She's looking for a man that just wants one person in her life. Obviously, it ain't you, because she sees the traits of a boy instead of a man. And that's what makes her amazing, because as soon as she knows she has a man in front of her, she's gonna give that man everything, all the attention, everything she's been through. She's gonna open up to him. But as soon as she sees a boy, she's gonna walk out. She's not playing with no games. She can hear the babysit. She already had kids. You think she wants to babysit another one? A woman that values herself is the most attractive thing for a man, but also the most dangerous. I need coffee, a tattoo, and a vacation. Mhm. I need Should go back and keep watching. Should go back and keep watching. Should go back and keep watching. It's an issue. Who is an issue doesn't care for you. Destiny determines who enters your life. You get to decide who stays. The truth hurts only once. Every time you remember it. Three things in life: leave and never return. It's time. That you whoever values you. Treats you. Who doesn't look for you doesn't miss you. Who doesn't miss you doesn't care for you. Destiny determines who enters your life. Who are you? I want to talk about the relationship. I'm not going to talk about the relationship that I'm not in the relationship. We're walking through your anxiety and your fears because if you're in this relationship and you're loving me, you're hugging me, you're touching me, we're holding hands, we're laughing together. All this talk about this, that I'm not giving me anxiety. I don't want to argue. I just want to smile. If I'm 52 and God blesses me to live another 20 years, please, I'm not letting anybody waste out one fucking enjoy this ride. I need to be alone, enjoy it. That's what will happen. You know what? Don't distract me with all your shit and make me responsible for shit. Who are you? I want to talk about the relationship. I'm not going to talk about the relationship that I'm not in the relationship. We're walking through your anxiety and your fears because if you're in this relationship and you're loving me, you're hugging me, you're touching me, we're holding hands, we're laughing together. All this talk about this, I'm giving me anxiety. I don't want to argue. I just want to smile. If I'm 52 and God blesses me to live another 20 years, there's a lot of things behind me that I do here. I'm not letting anybody waste one fucking moment. I'm going to enjoy this ride. If I need to be alone, enjoy it, but that's what will happen. What I do is distract me with all your shit and make me responsible for shit. Who are you? I want to talk about the relationship. I'm not going to talk about the relationship that I'm not in the relationship. We're walking through your anxiety and your fears because if you're in this relationship and you're loving me, you're hugging me, you're touching me, we're holding hands, we're laughing together. All this talk about this, I'm giving me anxiety. I don't want to argue. I just want to smile. If I'm 52 and God blesses me to live another 20 years, there's a lot of things behind me that I do here. I'm not letting anybody waste one fucking moment. I'm going to enjoy this. I need to be alone, enjoy it, but that's what will happen. You know what I do is distract me with all your shit and make me responsible for shit. Who are you? I want to talk about a relationship. I'm not going to talk about the intriguing. It can be your spirit. You stay single. Give us love and power. Someone who doesn't just meet your standards. One of the most important things you can have when you write, here's how you know that you have a true friend. There's a simple way to know if you've got a true friend in your family. Isabella learned this at a best. True friendship withstands time, distance, and silence. If you get these three things, you get a ride or die. Number one, a true friend is a friend for life. You both grow, evolve, at different stages, but you still rock with each other through it all. It's not about always being on the same lane. It's about respecting each other's journey. Number two, you don't gotta be in the same place. Real friends, they support you, even from a distance. Maybe you move away, maybe they start chasing different dreams. And that's all good. You want them to win just as much as you want to win yourself. And number three, probably the most important one, you don't need to be talking every day. Sometimes you go weeks, months without chopping it up. But when you do, it's like you never used to be. That's how you know it's real. If you got